Hey guys, so you can see over on the side of my screen that I actually, all of these videos right here are the raw unedited videos. So I'm done filming all of the videos for this course, which you will see on the screen that you're on right now. But after I got done with them, I kind of had an epiphany. I wanted to make like a mindset video because you have to have some understanding when going in to this internet marketing, search engine optimization, website development world. I mean, it is it's a crazy world. It's like the Wild West. Anything is possible. Truly, anything is possible. So I wanted to kind of give you this video so you had a good understanding of my mindset, and I could bring you all of the things that I've learned over the past few years to help you out, to kind of give you the right understanding of what it's going to take to be successful in building websites, whether it's one website or you may build an army of 15 or 20 different websites. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into it. I'm going to read off of this little presentation that I just made really quickly, just to make it easy. So this is the mindset video. First of all, one of the biggest questions I always get asked is, does it cost money? Does it cost money to do what you do? The answer, plain and simple, is yes, it does cost money. However, as I say right here, think about the difference between hosting and rent. You'll learn what hosting is in an upcoming video. Okay, over here, buying hosting. Hosting is kind of where you keep your business, where the space that you rent for your website. And when we talk about conventional renting, if you were to rent a location for a brick and mortar business, you're going to be looking at maybe $1,000 a month based on the location that you're at. Small cities, it might be $800 a month. Bigger cities, it might be $2,500 a month. But that's rent for one location, whereas hosting for a website costs at most, depending on how you buy it, $12 a month. Which is why I say, I mean, come on. Okay, this is insanely cheap to have a business that is not just one location serving one market. You're going to become an authority in the topic that you choose over time. And I'm actually going to put up an example of a website. You can see down on my calendar, it is July, make this a little bigger. It's July 26, 2016 right now. And I threw together a website and I started putting content on it early in July, late June, early July. I'm going to show you kind of where it's at right now. I'm going to blur out everything so my website doesn't get annihilated from malicious people, but still, I just want to show you what's possible. So yes, it's going to cost you money. $11 for a domain name. That's the blah blah blah.com, and then you're going to need to pay for hosting. So that's the whole cost of a website. And if you buy the right hosting, you can host like 5 or 10 different websites on this $12 a month. So you're looking at like $1.20 per month per website. So yeah, it's cheap. It's cheap. Okay, the next thing. In regards to the building a website, buying a website, designing the website, I've been asked, well, what about like Weebly websites? That's a Web 2.0 platform where users can go on and create a free website with limitations. So here's kind of my, what about the Wix? You see the Wix commercials also. Build a beautiful website. Yeah, you can do that with Wix. It's going to be actually kind of pricey. There's the free versions and then there's the paid versions that look decent. But both of these things have one thing in common. You don't control everything. They control your website. Okay, you're hosting it with them. You are paying that monthly hosting for them. But if they don't like something that you're doing, poof, gone, done. Your website's gone. All the work that you put into it and all of the followers that you've built around it, maybe if you really hit social media hard, it's gone. So if they don't like what you're doing, they can shut everything down. That's why I say right here. Okay, the next thing, you're stuck with their themes. Okay, while they might have a lot of themes, some themes in Weebly are paid themes. So now you can kind of see how they're roping you into spending more money with them. Same thing with Wix. You don't control everything. They can shut you down, and you're stuck with whatever they have available versus the route that I'm going to show you later. And also, they frown upon affiliate sites. Okay, affiliate sites are sites that sell things. Okay, whether it's through like a review or you're making a commission, recommending a product, whatever you're doing, you're making an affiliate website, and that's kind of what I'm going to point you in that direction, which you will be building. But they don't like that. They don't like, especially Weebly. I've had Weebly sites shut down before that were earning money. Really frustrating. But I don't know. I don't like them. I don't like Wix and Weebly for those reasons. Next thing that you need to wrap your head around: websites and ranking them in Google, making sure that they show up in Google on the first page. It takes time. It takes time. It takes work. And this requires patience. When it comes to websites and ranking them, do not have patience, especially when I was first starting. But I've learned to be more patient. I can handle a classroom of 30 middle school students going crazy. And in that respect, I'm incredibly patient. It's a different kind of patience. It takes time. It takes effort. And on to the next thing, second to last thing that I'm going to go over, which has to do with patience. It takes work. Okay, like all things that make you money, except for like winning the lottery, and I really don't know what else, falling into some kind of inheritance from an uncle you didn't even know. This does take work, and it does take effort. Again, I come back to, if you were to own your own business, that'd take a lot more work than it does with these websites. And I know a lot of business owners who seem to be married to their business. That is their focus. They spend 60 hours a week focusing on their business, some 80 hours a week. When I started out on this whole journey to make an extra couple $100 here and there, I worked a lot. And the reason why I started this whole process is because I wanted a little extra income. But all of that work up front is now translating to passive income right now. So where I say here, the amount of work that I put into my business over the last few years of learning and testing has probably by now averaged out to be about an hour a day. So it's that whole notion of entrepreneurs work 80 hours a week so that they can later on only work 4 hours a week or 5 hours a week. And that's what's happened. I put a lot of time early on into building websites and testing and tweaking and figuring things out and learning. And now I'm to a point where I still spend maybe an hour a day on my websites, building new websites, going back and editing and changing and tweaking old ones so that they convert a higher percentage of the visitors. But really, I don't know any other business where you can put in an hour in a day and have a full-time income. Okay, there's been months where I make more in my websites than I do with my paychecks being a teacher. So it evens out later on when you look at the time spent. You just have to understand it's going to take a little bit of work. It's going to take some effort. It's going to take some time, and you're going to need to be patient. And lastly, if you're a teacher watching this, you understand this because we're always giving value to our students. Always. We're always helping them. We're always bending over backwards to make sure that they get what they need to be successful. If you're just a passerby who found my website, or maybe you had a teacher share this website with you, this is going to be important for you to hear. You need to provide value to those who find and visit your website. So in this case, this teacherdimes.com website, I've spent hours building the website, and I've spent hours filming the videos. I've spent hours editing the videos, and all in all, maybe this project is going to take me 40 hours, but I want to provide value. I probably could have threw up a crappy website filmed shoddy videos that don't completely have all of the information and tools and techniques that you need to be successful, I could have done that and maybe spent 5 hours on the project. But I wanted to provide my teaching community with value. So you need to figure out whatever kind of website you're going to make, whether it's a blog style website where you're posting regularly, or if it's going to be like a static website that you build it once and then you kind of drive traffic through social media, but you don't really change anything on the website. Whatever style website you choose to make, you need to figure out who the big players are in that space or in that niche. You want to focus on them, you want to emulate them, figure out what they're doing, and then do it better. So your hobby might be scrapbooking. You need to go in, figure out the players in the scrapbooking arena, and figure out what they're doing on their website, and then just do it better. Offer more value to the same people that are looking for scrapbooking products and techniques. So just provide value. So that's the end of this video. Hopefully that gives you a clear picture of kind of what it takes to do what I do. And it's 100% possible. I wanted to kind of do this video to weed out any tire kickers. Because if you actually do kind of give this a shot and go down this road, you need to have an understanding of what it takes. Now, the next step in your journey is to be scrolling down this page or following the link. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to structure my Teacher Dimes website, but you need to go to the training, which you're going to see all of these videos, and you need to follow through those. And I'm telling you, when you walk through them and you watch them, most of them are like under 5 minutes. There's a couple that are like 10 minutes and 25 minutes. This installing WordPress, building a WordPress site, those are a little bit longer, but a lot of them are actually pretty short. So you go through there, you look at how easy it is to build a website and what it takes, and it's not difficult. So what I would suggest doing, just try one. Make one and see how it turns out. And once you've made one, then you can make 100. It's really not difficult. And I mentioned going back and showing you kind of what's possible. So I want to pull up this website here. This is a rank tracking. There we go. A rank tracking website that shows where my websites are ranking. So I'm going to pull that up, and you're going to be able to see what's going on with a website that was started in early July, just kind of where it's ranking in Google right now. Okay, so this is that website, and you can see that I'm going to blur things out, obviously, like I mentioned, but I've got these keywords that I'm trying to rank for. And this big list of keywords, this is the list of articles that I'm putting on my website. I'm focusing on them. They're all within the same category or niche or vertical, whatever you want to call it. Excuse me. They're all within the same vertical, but they're all articles within that niche. And over here you can see where they're ranking in Google. These are where my website is ranking in Google, and I started it July 1st, I think it was, and it's now July 26th. And over here you can see this MS, this stands for monthly searches. And they're relatively small numbers, but you can see that I've got a list of 50 articles that I'm going to be posting on my website. And right now I've got 13 articles on it. Each article is like 300 words or 350 words. So it took, 5 minutes or so, 10 minutes to write each article. You can also hire writers, which I actually did for most of these. I wrote a couple of them, decided, you know what, I don't know enough about this. I'm going to hire a writer. When you get to the point where you have websites that are making you money, you can hire writers. I paid a writer $350, and he wrote like 45 of the 50 articles that I'm going to have going up on my website. But anyway, getting back to this, you can see that just in the last week, these articles that I have on my website they've jumped up 30 spots in Google, 81 spots in Google, 73 spots in Google, and they're sitting at page 18, or I'm sorry, not page 18, but they're sitting at like spot 18. So these two keywords right here, these two articles, they're both on the second page, and the website's not even a month old. So in 6 months, after I have all of these articles on the website, they're starting to age. I've created a Facebook page around this brand that I'm trying to build to try to get social, like some social love going to the website. These keywords are going to just continue to move up because Google is going to see me as an authority within this niche. And whatever website that you make, whether you're hiring a writer or you're writing the content yourself, I'm just telling you right now, this is kind of the work aspect of it. Get 50 articles on that website that are 300 or 400 words each, and you're going to start to pull quite a bit of traffic. And these searches right here, 140, 50, 50, 90, 40, 50, 70, 720. There's some searches on here. There's one keyword that I'm going to go after that's 14,000 searches per month. And in time, I'm going to start to generate this. I'm going to start to generate 6, 7, 8,000 visitors per month to this website. And when you're getting 5,000 to 10,000 visitors per month on a website, you can make money. That is the 250, $300, $400 per month type of website, which I build, and then I just kind of let it age. I let it age. I let Google realize, hey, this is a really good source in this category. We're going to start to reward it. They've got a lot of pages. They've got a lot of content that seems to be that this website is a really good source for our users, the Google users, and they are in the business of offering the best results for their users. They understand that if we offer bad results for our users, then the amount of users that we get, the amount of searchers on Google that we get is going to start to decline. So offer good value, put in the effort, put in the time, and you're gonna eventually build a website that draws visitors. And I'm going to show you how to build these websites. Okay, sorry for that long-winded video, but again, I think it's important for you to understand what you're getting into before you actually take the plunge and start this. So go ahead, walk through the training. You could either watch all the videos and then decide if you want to do it, or you can watch the first video and do what I do. It's up to you. Whatever you choose to do, you can be successful. I think I said one time in here, the internet's like the Wild West. The internet is, you're free to do whatever you want within reason, obviously, but you can really do whatever you want and be successful.